So today we are going to set up XDebug with VSCode, and we will be debugging a WordPress site. So what is XDebug? It's a PHP debugger, and it makes debugging easier. So I'll show you how it works. So I'm sure you will start debugging using XDebug. So as I am going to implement this into the VS Code, and this is my local site. I'm using MEMP, and this is my WordPress site, and this is the VS Code. So what I'm gonna do is I will get this repo into the VS Code. So let's open the whole WP folder related to that site. Open htdocs, and this is the site. So let's wait for the site. So after importing this folder, first thing first, save this as a workspace. So I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna save at my particular place where I save all my workplaces or workspace, sorry. So where is it? Yeah, VS Code workspace, and save it. So now you will see workspace in a bracket. So that's that. Then second thing is install an extension called PHP debug, and this install this one verified by XDebug, which is the genuine debugger. So I have already installed, and then so let's record a step. Install PHP debugger extension in VS Code. Then it is very simple. All the steps are given here. So if you scroll this, you will see the steps over here. So we already installed this PHP debug extension. Now start install XDebug. So first open this. This is XDebug, and this is the setup to install XDebug. So as I'm using Mac OS, so I'm gonna click this and I will install. I did this first. It took some time, and then I did this. So I already completed this step, but let me show you by running it again. So it says it's already installed. So installation is failed now because it is already installed. So you guys need to install XDebug first. So the second step will be install XDebug on your system. So it is different based on your OS. Mine is Mac OS, so I use this. Similarly for Windows, uh, please follow the steps. And then let's go back to this page again, and it says create a test.php file and put PHP info inside that file. So I'm gonna create test.php on htdocs folder. Let me copy paste this test.php, and inside that PHP info. So it will print our PHP.ini file. So let's try to see what happens. So my PHP version is 7.4.12. So that's that. Now let's go back to this page, and here we have a link for XDebug installation wizard. This is the main step you have to follow. So open this link and you will see this text box here. So what you need to do is select this whole page. So I'm gonna press Command A or Control A, so everything is selected. Now copy this whole page and paste it over here. We don't need to worry about the formattings and all. So once you paste it, click on this button. So it will give a summary that XDebug is installed or not, and if it's not, then here is the instruction we need to follow. So this instruction is based on OS you are using. So I'm gonna show you for the Mac OS. For Windows it might be a little bit different, and for Ubuntu it might be a little bit different. But the thing is, you have to follow these steps exactly, and you will be able to install XDebug without any issue. So just download it. Okay, so I have already downloaded this, so I'm gonna delete the previous one, and I'm gonna remove this one in the bracket. Then install this PHP and autoconfig. So copy this command, go to terminal and paste it. So this step is I already did. Let's see if it does again or not. So yeah, it is doing it again. It might take little bit more time. Okay, so it reinstalled this thing. I don't know what this thing is, but the thing is we need to follow all the steps. Now unpack the downloaded file with this command. So I'm gonna copy this, and that zip is downloaded in downloads folder. So I'm gonna cd to download and paste the command. So it's really quick. Then go into that folder, cd, and run this command php.ize, and it printed something like this. And here also it says it should be like this. So yeah, you will get all of this similar. So if you don't get this kind of response, then you might want to see this link, but as of now we are getting what we are expecting. Then the step 6, so XDebug, installing XDebug is all about following the instruction properly. So that's that, and then run this command. Okay, so it is installed now. You can ignore this, it's not necessary. So after number 7, this is the most important step. So this is going to copy some module to your related PHP version. So copy this command and paste it. Then number 9, update this file, this PHP.ini file, and add this line inside that PHP.ini. So I'm gonna open this file, application memp bin PHP. So application memp bin PHP. My version is PHP 7.4.12. Oh, sorry. PHP 7.4.12 conf and PHP.ini conf, and I'm gonna open PHP.ini with Sublime, and at the very bottom I will add this line, Zend extension, and restart the Apache server. So I'm gonna restart the memp. In Ubuntu you might need to run a command, and in Windows if you are using XAMPP or WAMP, you can restart the Apache server. So it's restarted. Now let's refresh this page and search XDebug. So if XDebug is installed successfully, you will see a section like this, XDebug, and you will see some values here. Now let's get back to, let's record this another step, number 3. Follow the XDebug wizard that we already followed. Now let's get back to VSCode. So this thing is done. Now configure the PHP to use XDebug. So we already added this Zend extension. Zend extension XDebug that we already installed. Now our version for XDebug is version 3 point something. How did we know? So we know that from here. So for version 3, add these 2 lines into PHP.ini again. So I'm gonna copy that and add it over here. Let me make fonts little bigger. So I have added these two lines at the end of PHP.ini. Let's get back to this. We don't need to add this because our XDebug version is not this one. And then after adding this, there are a couple of more lines we need to add. So it is not described here, but let me show you which two lines we need to install. So these two lines I will provide all of the lines which I am adding into this PHP.ini. So these are two more lines with client host will be localhost and client port will be 9003. So after adding all of these lines again, so whenever you make changes in PHP.ini, don't forget to restart your server. So now we will confirm our change is applied or not. Refresh, and XDebug mode should be debug. So let me copy this whole and search it over here. Yes. Then XDebug start with request should be yes. Yes. Then client host should be localhost and client port should be 9003. So yeah, our changes has been applied. Now let's get back to VS Code and see if we forgot any steps. So if you are doing web development, don't forget to restart your web server. We already did that. Verify installation, we already verified. So now after doing this, close this. After doing this, click on this. Let me make a little bit bigger. Click on this run and debug icon, and here click on create a launch.json file and use this WordPress and select PHP. So it will generate this automated file, and it will, the port will be 9003. You don't need to worry about anything over here. Once you add this, so here is the folder created .vscode, and inside that VSCode we have this launch.json file. So this is the connector between project and XDebug. Once you have this file, click on the listen for XDebug and click on this triangle button. So once you click this, you will see the running text here. Running means yeah, it is now listening our debugging for this particular site. Sorry, this particular site. Okay, now if another way is to click on run and start debugging, but we already running, so that's it. And then open any file of your project. So I'm gonna open my custom plugin. And let's say you want to debug this file, this line. So add a breakpoint. Sorry, how to add breakpoint? So whenever you hover any number of line, you will see this red dot over here. So click on this red dot. Red dot means your um, your breakpoint is added. Now, if you want to debug this variable, uh, traditional way is to do is printer, but by XDebug you can add a breakpoint here, and then once you add the breakpoint you will see this list of files over here with line number. Once you do this, refresh this page. So okay, sorry, it started uh, debugging without the breakpoint. So I'm gonna add breakpoint again. Before doing that, let's restart the VS Code. Generally you don't need that, but I think I need to do that. So let's open the so my breakpoint is already there, launch.json. It's not listening, so start debugging. Wait for the running text here. So now it's running, and hit refresh this page. Okay, I think I selected this everything, that's why. Refresh this. I don't know why this is happening, but yeah, we need to follow this. Xdebug is running, but it has started with, so this thing is correct. Okay, this one is done. This is correct. So I'm gonna open this file again, add a breakpoint. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Let me comment this line. And now refresh it again. Okay, now it started displaying correctly. So as I am, so previously the condition was not satisfying, that's why it started debugging from the scratch. So now I am getting what this classes variable get. So as you can see, this has this number of values, and if I click on this again, so it will go to the next step, and now we are getting our new value over here. So this is how you can XDebug with Sublime for WordPress. So what was the last step we followed? That after following the wizard, we added these two lines. These two lines. And number 5 is restart Apache or your server. And then number 6, we added this launch.json file using a link provided by default. Add launch.json. And then number 7, listen for XDebug and click on this triangle. That's it. So this is how we can use XDebug on VSCode for WordPress. So it's not only for WordPress, it's any PHP project you can use. But this one I showed you for the WordPress. So yeah, if you have any doubt or question, please write down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching.